Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I lied to you. It's not Cobblestone, it's Nuke. Cobble's a third map, but we got to get through this one first. This being the choice of Team Spirit. If you guys are just tuning in, Spirit currently lead 1-0 in the series. Crewers, this is the Group D play of the Starladder I-League Season 3 EU Qualifier. We're currently in the knife, just to see who starts where. And again, this is a crucial win for Spirit to pick up, because if they lose this game, then there's actually the possibility still of a three-way tie, or at least a three-way win tie, which will go down to the differential between them, LDLC, and QB. QB gonna win it. And they will stay. All right. I was interesting to see where it's going to happen, because, of course, this is the new rendition of Nuke, where we will have some teams argue, or some players, rather, argue the T side is certainly much more accessible nowadays. And I think that's fair to say. With the addition of the catwalk that wraps from mini to heaven, that really opens up the realm of possibilities for your outer play. Outer play on this map, as well, is I think something that Spirit should be able to use to their advantage, seeing as they've got the Opper and Dav cost, and also have that kind of unit-based trade system. If they use that wall of smokes, get down secret, they can even wrap towards garage, bring it into hell. It's just so much kind of variance in where you go based on the outer yard, thanks to the changes to the map. But Spirit gonna put 3 guys inner. 1 to watch Squeaky, 2 towards ramp, and 2 on top of Silo. It's my falling down to the safety of the vents, but Fanette spotted towards the garage. Coldy firing shots, trying to find the frag as Sotfik pushes forward into A. He is looking to disarray this entire defense, and he does as Fix drops. Coldy grabs the headshot. It's my out of the equation, and a 5v3 to the T side as the bomb goes down. Undo coming in from the flank, though, as Fanette takes 1 on the outer yard. Undo fits the headshot. Kabakin out of the equation, so a 3v3 turned 3v2. The CT still standing. Davkos flanks. He grabs another, as does Undo. Davkos follows. A 2K to his name, looking for the third. Now comes Baldna, tapping the bomb. He's got no kit. Davkos gives it up, goes back, buying time. Headshot found, as is the round. Spirit with the opener. Fanette to buy the scout. Pistols and Kevlar for the other CT players. Spirit going to aggress on the outer yard straight out the get-go. Fanette off the scout, able to drop Davkos, but Sotfik hits 2. And a 4v3 is what we're left with. Now, Balbna still going to be sitting inside the A site, but towards secret, here comes Fix. Sotfik's going to clear Undo that one over towards heaven. So now Fix hot on the heels of the terrorists, spots them out, trigger discipline as he starts to fire. Sotfik crouching, he's dropped to the headshot. Fix looking for some more. Kabakin and Coldy have had enough, however. And Team Spirit convert the point. But let's be real, they lose 2 players and an additional 2 were ever so close to dying. So QB.Fire with a successful-ish attempt in that force buy. Now they're going to be down to the eco. It will be 1 P250 and a frag until we get into the gun rounds. Spirit off the double SMG still have the opportunity to create some cash flow. 4 players to the outer yard. They're just going to try to barrel themselves down secret and take B by storm. Undo's been able to push into the trophy room. Old radio. First engagement occurs between Balbna and Davkos. Both players tagged. Kabakin hits the headshot towards the lower yard. Davkos still continuing outside to be a thorn in the side of the defense. The frag's gonna miss though. Fix unable to clear him out as Dima continues to take the B site as the bomb goes down on top of it. A 3-0 is certainly what we'll find ourselves with. Undo gonna try his very hardest to grab a frag, but Kabakin says otherwise. Spirit have been very conservative with their nade usage in that previous round, not using it to execute. Although you could argue that it makes sense, seeing as it was just versus pistols. If you put down those smokes, then sometimes you'll get yourself caught off guard by aggressive pushes forward. But Spirit have plenty of nades this time around. They've already chucked a few of them in through the skylights, attempting to obscure this defense. Now, inside of A itself, we've got Balbna on the site. Itzmai towards the top of hut, and Fix standing on top of the yellow metal. Grenades on the outer yard, allowing for Spirit to cross here. Nice little wall of smoke. So here's the nade execution. Textbook CS as the T side continue to push on down. All 4 players here make that 5. Kabakin finds the opening frag, and the B site has fallen. Fanat trying to rotate into ramp, but he's the only player here other than Undu, who's already down below. Undu sees the players pushing forward, but his head ripped clean from his shoulders. Flashbang to push Fix down the vent. Kabakin takes the frag. Balbna goes down as well. Excellent execution here from Spirit. It's all onto Fanat. He gets pushed and ultimately dies, as does Dima. A sacrificial lamb for the gods of Counter-Strike. 4-0 the score. Team Spirit winning that first gun round. And pistols yet again for the boys on Quantum. Bare bones minimum to work with here. Quantum Bellator Fire. 4 Desert Eagles at a P250. Shots ringing out, but Undu not gonna hit it. Dima closes the distance and takes the opening frag. The ramp has fallen. And the terrorists will continue on their journey to the B site. Sotvik follows it up with a Molotov. Nice, again, using utility to ensure his safety. The headshot through the window panel. Davkos following it up with an op frag to his name. So Colby plants the bomb just outside the toxic barrels. Fanat coming in from the trophy room. Gonna make contact with Kabakin. Both players lie in wait. Kabakin peeks wide. He never spots it. The pistol, though, doesn't hit the headshot, and the follow-up bullet's not enough to deal the damage. 5-0 the start here for Spirit. Following buy-in from Quantum Bellator Fire. The op in the hands of Fanat. 4 M4s across the board. Mirrored purchase here from Spirit, having Davkost on his trusty cannon. We got some utility usage here on the rooftop. The windows have been broken, and Davkost's gonna throw this smoke up and over. If I'm not mistaken, that smoke grenade actually blocks off the inside of Mini, which goes to say that Spirit are looking to execute inwards. Another smoke, another flash. Itzmai feeling the pressure. The T side yet to execute in. Minute 15. Mollies, flashes, smokes aplenty. This is a great execution, but Balbna's gonna find the 1 frag on the outer yard. That smoke from Davkos gets him out. But the push yet to push forward. There it is. Into ramp they go. First to fall is Colby. Kabakin finding his way out, but Undu hits the headshot. Fanat follows up, and this round has fallen to pieces. Excellent round here from Quantum. They don't even lose a single player. Team Spirit threw a whole bunch of smokes, flashes, fires, and nades into that A-bomb site, and yet Quantum were able to keep their cool, hold the line, and ultimately stop that push as Spirit tried to switch things out to ramp to B. Interesting enough, actually, that they'd use all of that utility and not execute into the A site. But that's their decision to make. 2 players on the outer yard. Make that 3 as 1's above on silo. The grenade blows out the door, the fire to follow. Balbna inside Mini, looking to make contact here. Nothing as of yet. 2 players outside. Spirit have been able to get themselves behind the red box, yet to cross to secret, though. Balbna calls for the fire. That's going to help him not get pushed. Still, he holds the cross to secret. No, he lets them go. Spirit have a player directly above him. That is Colby, who falls into the lying weight of Balbna, who springs his trap and looks for more. Davkos towards the T-spawn. Balbna rounds the corner to his demise. His life has been taken. Now, Sotfik, while he is inside of Secret, hasn't actually decided to execute down to B. He peeks back wide, spots the offer. That will be Fanet, swept under the rug. 4v2 ensues. One player to the top of heaven. That will be Fix. He's able to grab one frag before Kabakin takes the trade. Undo witnesses the toppling of his teammate's corpse and has to come up with a big old clutch in a 1v3. Bomb planted on the A site, currently planted for mini side, not heaven. So it makes sense that Undo is clearing out the outside, trying to find the angles, but he steps into the lying weight of Sotfik. Another round for Spirit here as the 6-1 score is found. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one hell of a reset. Pistoleros, yet again to be found on the defensive side. Deagle, 5.7, and 3 P250s. Some armor and a kit, the bare bones minimum, but Spirit, with the advantage of the guns, going to take the outer yard by storm. Kabakin stuck to the back of T-spawns, just waiting for the flank here, and he is going to be able to find at least one frag. The man on top of the roof, though, trades it back. Fix, excellently done. Procures himself the AK-47, as Spirit have taken the B site by storm. 4 players down here with the Molotov smoke to cross, but Undo hits one hell of a deeg. And we go down to the 4v3. With an additional headshot, Coldie's going to have to trade. Fix is inbound with that AK, but Davkos making mincemeat of these counter-terrorists. By the time Fix gets here, he's on his lonesome. Nobody else to work with, but 2 opponents in front of him. Davkos first up on the platter, sidearm in hand. He pushes the issue, tries to take the frag, but the door has been closed upon him. No time at this point. Fix goes wide, just trying to kill at least one of those players to prevent both from saving, but the bomb won't go off. So dangerously close. That's what Fix could have been trying to do there. As long as he survives and doesn't allow for the terrorists to leave, that bomb could have exploded and cost them desperately on the side of Spirit. But as expected, the pistol round does not work out, and Quantum Bellator Fire get themselves back onto guns. Benet Rocca with an opening frag. That's the start they needed. Baldna grabs another. Individual performances here have really been the key factor for the success of Quantum. Not only here on Nuke, but also on Mirage. Diva tagged desperately trying to hide behind the door, but that, sir, is not great cover. Coldie, Kabakin combine for 2, and suddenly we shift things back to the 3v2 man advantage for the CT side. Fire and Fix give up the angle. Kabakin's coming back from the trophy room. Coldie coming in from the main entrance. He gets caught with a flash in hand. The headshot connects and the follow-up, no. Kabakin's still standing on 4 HP. Uses the smoke to try and section them off. If he is given 2 separate 1v1s, then he can still do this. Fanet sectioned off, and it's my up close and personal's able to deny it. The bomb still out towards the entrance was never to be retrieved. Spirit 7, QB 2. They have doubled their rounds here and now. It'd be nice to see Quantum try and play their players closer together. Use the trade fragging effectively, because when they're on the back foot and use those pistol rounds, they actually get quite some success. Why? Because so many players grouped together are able to trade one another. They're able to bring down the numbers of Spirit. Meanwhile, once they get into the gun rounds, they spread themselves thin. Look at Baldna, who pushes outdoors. Had he not just grabbed that frag onto Davkos, that would have been an easy 5v4 for Spirit. Now, luckily for Quantum, they're hitting their groove. Fix grabs 2 over towards the ramp. And suddenly, we've got the T side upended. Down they go. 5 players standing here for Quantum, and a convincing round once more. Similarly to round number 6, where they had 5 players standing, they are going to do the same. Not only a big opening frag from Fix on the outer yard, but because he pushes and grabs the frag to Davcost, he sees that it's absolutely clear, which then allows for Quantum to rotate back into the interior of the building, of course, where they hold the line over towards ramp. Excellently done here from Quantum as they find their third round, but Sotfik opens this one up with the op shot onto It's My. Team Spirit just slowing down the pace, trying to prevent Quantum from getting aggressive, and that nets Sotfik yet another frag through the gap to the outer yard. Excellent shot from Squeaky. Fix, however, directly above, jumps across to the door. Balbna trades it back with an op shot of his own. The sidearm not enough, but Dima takes the trade. The T side still with a man advantage as Balbna rotates up to heaven, tries to find the angle or something to shoot at, but nothing is here. Till Kabakin creeps his way out, Dima by his back. Balbna's teammate over towards ramp. That will be Undo, but Balbna hits the headshot. The bomb now confirmed. The frag grenades fly, but oh, he goes. Kabakin with another trade. So it's on to Undo. 1v2. He's got the kit, Molly, double flash. Certainly enough to work with. Bomb goes down. He connects the first shots, but the jumping target draws his aim. And Kabakin rails him in the head. It's nice to see Quantum trying to get aggressive on these CT rounds. Again, the one there victorious with Fix pushing outer. Again, it's information, kills, but also control of the map. And if you don't go for those pushes, if you play too passive, then you can give Spirit the opportunity to overwhelm you. And that's what we saw in Mirage. This time it's the pistols only. Some Kevlar to play. Dima finds the first. Kabakin takes number 2. And Team Spirit in full control of this round. Sotfik's going to close the distance down to Secret. There's no one here to trade, so him dying to It's My gives up the gun. It's My, though, so cautious to go and grab it. Scared that another man's nearby, but whoop, gets it. Eagle shots out. AK on his back as the T-side push to A. However, Coldy finds another frag, leaving it on to Undo, and It's My. Undo coming in from heaven. It's My about to just fly out of the vents, but the frag grenade bounces down upon him, blasts him in the teeth. Here he comes, though. Kabakin's gonna hold the cover. He'll find the easy headshot. Undo, he grabs 2 headshots off the Deagle. What in God's name is this? He's looking for more, and there's 2 targets closing the distance. He hits the third. Undo swapping to the Galil, and he's gonna plume a smoke. Gets on the bomb, taps it once. 10 seconds, the clutch. The 1v4 from Undo with 3 Huandigs included. I'm disgusted. I mean, you can see Quantum, they call for a pause as we go into that game, or round rather. And they call for the pause before that nutty clutch. Undo has just turned this one on its head. They're going to use this opportunity to just buy over, or talk over their buy rather. And this puts Spirit in an awful position because Spirit just got hard reset. That was a crucial round for them to win. What an individual performance. 3 Huandigs. And the peek wide from the smoke to grab the Galil kill on Mini. The threat of the stick was there, but he didn't have the kit, so he had to take the fight to grab that last frag. And certainly enough, he ensures the defuse with only a second left over. Not even. So here we go. Things just got interesting. Team Spirit on pistols. See if they can do what was done to them. Coldy already closing the distance. Vanet spots the players, hits the headshot. Balbna gonna follow it up. 5v3. Looking to make it 2, and they do. Quebecan Sotfix still standing, one spotted, still up and over the railing he goes, all 5 down. But the bomb plant to the B site, that was such a good fake, I didn't even notice it. Done and dusted, but Team Spirit can't be all too upset. That extra cash flow will allow for them to get some bonus nades here in the 14th round. We've got one more after this. QB.Fire starting to piece together a decent enough CT side to keep this one rolling. One op, 4 rifles for both lineups here. Each team with plenty of nades. This is a full buy, the meat and taters of the segment. And out into the yard is where we get the first fight. Sotfik finds Baldna. Fanat trying to hold the cross, but Itzmy able to grab one. He's still behind the red box himself. Coldy's going to find the trade frag, though. Fanat swaps to the sidearm because he knows they're dangerously close. And he is outnumbered, but not outgunned. Swapping back to the op, trying to find the angle onto Coldy, who presents himself on a silver platter. Down he goes. Davkos now attempting to grab the trade frag as we sit in a 3v3. Bomb down towards the lobby. Terrorist side yet to commit with a minute on the clock. Undo. Fanat nearly hits that shot despite being fully blind. That would have been a hell of a kill. But a 2v3 here. Fix on the A site, caught with his pants down. Davkos hits the shot, bomb rotating into B. Undo has to try and stop it, however. Player still inside of the vent, bomb now planted to the back of the lower silo. Fanat with the op for the retake on nuke is especially difficult. So he swaps out to the M4, extinguishes the fire to buy more time, but now there is no smoke for QB to play off of. He comes wide, to decon he goes, trading damage back and forth. Davkos hits it, Fanat swapping weapons, gives himself for free. And Spirit take the 9th in a very back and forth round. The pause, of course, coming out from QB mid-round. They're going to have the opportunity to talk about this final 15th before we get it started. It will be the buy from both teams to close out this half. In the final round of the half, we're going to have an ump in the hands of Kavakin. Galil for Dima. Not the most grenades in the world. No flashbangs on 2. But enough to certainly contest. We've seen them do more with less. Fanat going to change up positions. He's been playing a passive op angle on the outer yard. This time round, immediately goes for holding the ramp. Baldna grabs 1 frag as well. Man advantage for the CT side. 2 players pushing up. Kavakin takes the first. Fanat able to trade despite the dink. Fanat on 14 health as he falls back into the safety of the ramp. 4v3. Again, here to the favor of QB. But the T side will give it all they've got. Might try to cross this out. Smoke about to hit the ramp. Nope, mini. Molotov to the back of vent. That would flush anyone out, but Baldna's directly above them, and as they go wide, they grab the headshot. Down to B they go. Finding safety into the B bomb site, but down here, there are no players. Fix hot on their heels, however. He flies out the vent. Coldy grabs the frag. Fanat tagged. Hits himself the trade, however, so a 2v2 ensues. Itzmy creeping his way to the back of decontamination. Davkos gonna go down. Dima takes the trade, but Itzmy finds another. And there you go. 6-9 the scoreline. QB.Fire have weathered the storm and will close this out with a decent CT half. And so here we go. Team Spirit now on the defensive. Remember, this was their map pick, so we should be able to assume that they're comfortable here and now. Colby finds the first headshot and the second and the third, nearly a fourth, but Undo is able to trade one back. A 4v2 is where we're left, and down goes Dima. Sotfik pushing through the smoke. Both terrorists tagged and the bomb not planted, but Undo continues to find more frags. Now it's down to Fix, and Sotfik clears him up. Spirit to win the second pistol. They have now won both on this map, and if they're able to convert these 2 points, my good. The Eagles, for the most part, here on the side of QB.Fire, and we saw what they can do with them previously, so they will try to do that yet again to replicate the experience that Spirit need to avoid. Spirit, Coldy has the M4, Fomus in the hands of Sotfik, but the triple ump should be pushing forward to try and find these frags, create some cash flow to get us started here in the second half. But Sotfik, just watching the cross to Secret, has given up some presence. He is going to deal damage back and forth. He's been tagged once, but Davkos Dima combined for 2. 5v3 ensues. An additional frag, make that an additional 2, leaving Fenet on his own. He tries to rock the player inside the mini garage, but Dima comes out on top in a 5-man convincing round from Spirit. That one nearly free, barring the utility that they threw out. Easy rebuy for the defensive here. Spirit with a great start. Rapid play here, attempt from QB, just gonna try to barrel their way in, but here comes Davkos quickly flanking. Dima does the same. Dima looking for more though, as Fanet's found, so is Fix, sitting on 38 health. You will find 2 kills in total here for the offensive. They just tried to pick up the pace of the round and close the distance quickly. Netted them some frags, but yet again, a round for the Spirit boys. Now, they do still have those umps, and whether they decide to upgrade will be my question. Could always try to go for the cheaper round, but Davkos buys the op. They get rid of one of the UMPs, but hold on to 2. Then again, Nuke, similarly to Inferno, is one of the maps where the CTs can use the UMPs quite successfully. Lots of close quarters engagements here. Wall of smokes on the outer yard. Nice to see. QB got themselves a bit of a textbook. They've struggled in the past to play trade frags appropriately. We'll see if they can do better here and now. Balbna gonna get a little roasty toasty. Down to 68 he goes. Davkos wildly firing shots. Spirit are actually gonna deal a bunch of damage here to the players on the cross. I mean, Balbna ultimately damages himself by standing in the fire spread, but oh, Kabakin sees 1, sees 2, takes them both. The third behind will find the trade. Banet takes him down. Itzmai watching the flank, drops to Sotfik. In a matter of seconds, you could see how Spirit just went from 0 to 100. They were holding their angles, they were playing passive, but the moment that we have Kabakin go big from the top of the boxes here at the ramp, the rest of the counter-terrorist pushes the fights elsewhere on the map. I like to see that, because what you're doing is screwing up the plan of QB.Fire with those first 2 frags, and in the moment that they're panicking, trying to respond to losing 2 men, you hit them in all fronts. And it's that sheer aggression, that overwhelming force from Spirit that nets them the round ultimately. 13-6 is where we're left off, and it's Tech 9s and a P250 here for the T side. Armor across the board, 1 smoke, 1 flash. Again, very little utility here for Fire, so they're going to throw the smoke out, follow it with the flash. Dima knows what's up, though, as he's already spraying players down. He hits the first, Coldy the second, but the pistols come on back. Sotfik rotating in, though, hits 2 big kills, lines them up, and knocks them down. Spirit going to survive yet another eco round, so we have QB buying back in for their attempt to contest this one now. They want to try and keep Spirit away from securing overtime. This is their last chance to do so. Spirit, one step away from the finish line. One up on each side of the spectrum. Very little utility for Raka, though. Oh, Kabakin finds 2 frags. Sotfik as well. The aggression from the CT side of Spirit has just been point on. It's my suddenly all alone in a very vast world with plenty of enemies in front of him. He will be spotted, tagged, and consequently killed. Kabakin's flank finds the 3rd. A big round here from Spirit. Final attempt here for QB.Fire. Their backs against the rope. Double Galil. One up. Undo able to find the first, though. It's my contesting from inside Squeaky. He will grab the frag, but Coldy and Sotfik bring it back to the 3v3. Fix has taken control of ramp throughout this entire engagement, but Coldy to follow with another frag puts the CT side in the man advantage. They've grabbed the bomb inside of lobby. Undo trying to join forces with Fix, who now reveals his position towards hell and pushes up towards the heavens. Undo towards B, popping the vents, trying to force the rotation, and they do actually net it. We see Sotfik fall into the B site, but as he sees nobody there, he will come back on up. Fix still inside of heaven. Coldy can anchor inside of the small hut door here. If he just chills, then eventually he will find or hear the bomb plant. And Spirit can go for the retake. They've still got flashbangs aplenty. Double kit on both their players. And Fix now walking out into A. Both players down below on the ground. Sotfik finds the headshot. Undo plants the bomb inside the smoke, but they will read this like a book. Sotfik's going to flash up Coldy, however, so the wide peek not going to happen. Now they need to make sure that they play this properly and don't line up for the frags, but Undo hits the headshot. Not going to be enough. Sotfik grabs the frag, the final round, and the second map of this series. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Spirit to find their victory, putting them on the 2-1 record here in Group D of the Starladder I-League Season 3 EU Qualifier. QB.Fire now 0-3 are certainly not going to be able to get out of this group, so they will be eliminated from this qualifier. There's no way they can bounce back, despite the outcome of our next match, which will begin in about 15 minutes. That will be between Space Soldiers and LDLC, the Frenchman, or international team, I suppose, versus the Turks. Don't go too far, ladies and gentlemen. The action will continue